And it starts with the people who know me best, stepping in before the weight swallowed me. Throughout the day, like a few close friends saw what was happening online and they reached out, not out of gossip or curiosity, out of care. These are people who've known me for years, people who have seen me show up in the world with sincerity, people who know how I move through pain, pressure, and purpose. And their messages were short, they were real, they were human. No big speeches, no breakdown of the art world, no debates about AI. They were just small check ins that landed at the right time. Saw the comments. Don't let this mess shake you. You're doing something honest. Stay with it. Another one. People react from fear. Keep going. You have more heart than anyone screaming today. Look, that kind of support matters more than people realize. It didn't fix everything, but each message pulled me 1 inch out of the spiral. They reminded me that the online version of this story isn't the full story. They reminded me that the people who actually know me weren't confused by this project. They weren't shocked. They weren't disgusted. They weren't questioning my motives. They didn't see a villain. They saw me, the same person who's been fighting for community health, women's health, and real connection for years. The same person who creates because it helps him breathe. Those messages gave me small pockets of oxygen through the day. It was just enough to keep me from sinking all the way into the noise. But the heaviness stayed. The comments followed me around like a shadow. I was present, I was doing my thing, but that shadow was there. And by the time work ended, I needed to sit down with the two people whose voices matter more than anyone else in my life. When I got home, I walked into the house. Both Kelly and Sam were there. I didn't have to say a word. They could just see it on me. They'd been tracking what's been happening all day, and since this announced, Sam's been in there commenting and fighting with me. But they saw the heaviness, they saw the hurt, the way that the day just kind of sat on my shoulders. We talked about it for a little bit, not like a dramatic speech, just kind of the truth of what happened, how I was feeling, how the comments hit me. Talked about the anger that people were feeling toward the gallery and the attacks on my place in the art world and the people that were saying that a man shouldn't touch anything connected to women's health, the ones that were calling the work trash, the ones questioning my integrity or assuming that I bought my way in. I told them how much it rattled me, and I told them how strange it felt to have strangers push that hard. I told them how the noise made me question whether I belonged in the space at all. And they listened together. No interruptions, no judgment, no rolling their eyes, no minimizing the pain. They just held the space for me to say what I needed to say. And then Sammy looked at me and spoke. Her voice was calm, clear, fierce, zero hesitation. Don't quit. And that hit me in a way that nothing else did. She lives the reality that these images connect to. She knows the symptoms, the appointments, the pain, the frustration, the years of feeling unheard. She knows exactly why this work matters. And hearing her say those words cut straight through the doubt. And Kelly nodded right after. Same firmness, same clarity. Don't quit. She didn't need to explain it. She knows who I am and why I make these things. She knows the intention behind every piece. She knows the heart of this project better than anyone. And both of them were looking right at me. No fear, no second guessing, no wavering. Just two people who know the truth behind the work telling me to stay the course. And that moment gave me something the comments never could: perspective, purpose, a reminder of why I started this in the first place. And even with all that grounding, the weight didn't fully fade. I still felt bruised as I grabbed my gear and headed out the door for hockey. But now I had their voices in my head. And those voices are the ones that I trust.